Good morning, everyone. I, first of all, want to apologize because I washed my car yesterday, and you know exactly what happened after that. Also, to the class of 2026, I read or heard yesterday that somebody's paying their debt over at NC State for the textile class. Well, I'm not paying yours, okay? Let me just set the record straight. Thank you, Dr. Morton, for that wonderful, kind introduction. But let me also begin by thanking Dr. Morton for her outstanding leadership over the past 2 years. Dr. Morton, you have helped guide peace with vision, stability, and heart, and that matters. And congratulations to President Walsh. You are stepping into leadership at a university that has always adapted, evolved, and grown. And I know you will carry that forward. And to the reason we're all here, graduates, families, and friends, congratulations, you made it. And I don't say that lightly. Before I say anything else, I want you to take a second and really look around. Look at the person sitting next to you, the people who studied with you, worked with you, struggled with you, because this moment right here is something you've earned. But not all of you got here the same way, because for many of you, this journey wasn't simple. It wasn't linear, and it definitely wasn't easy. Some of you worked jobs while taking classes. Some of you helped support your families. Some of you were the first in your family to ever sit in a college classroom. Some of you came back to school later in life because you weren't done growing. That matters. That says something about you. Now, when Dr. Morton asked me to speak, I was honored, but also hesitant. You see, tomorrow marks the third anniversary of the passing of my wife, Linda. And after more than 50 years together, that's not a day that comes quietly. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I know how much you have sacrificed. Linda was my everything, my partner, my compass, my best friend. She was a mother, a grandmother, a teacher, a mentor, a public servant, and someone who never quite figured out how to say no to anyone. And yes, she was also a trustee here at Peace. So standing here today, this is personal. But I know this. Linda believed in people, she believed in opportunity, and she deeply believed in what this place represents. Linda brought joy into my life, not in big, dramatic ways, but in the small, consistent ways that really matter. And after 50 years of that, you realize something, that kind of joy doesn't just disappear, it becomes part of you. So even now, I don't feel like I'm moving forward without her. I feel like I'm moving forward because of her. And if I can do anything with this next chapter of my life, it's this. Try and give some piece of joy, some small piece of joy to others, because that's how something meaningful keeps going. So here today with you, it feels right. Graduates, here's the truth about what comes next in your career lives. There is no single path. Some of you are walking into careers. Some of you are still trying to figure things out. Some of you are going to change directions, more than once. That's not failure, that's life. And let me give you one piece of advice I wish more people had heard at this stage of life. Slow down. Give yourself time to feel what you feel. This is a big moment, and it's okay if you don't have it's okay if you don't have everything all figured out. The same is true when it comes to your career. Don't feel like you have to rush in one direction just because you think you're supposed to. Give yourself time to explore, to reflect, to figure out what you actually enjoy doing, not what just looks good on paper. Because the life you're building isn't a race, it's something you grow into. You may take a job, stay for 2 years, and move on. You may try something and realize it's not for you. You may feel like everyone else has it figured out. They don't. So when those moments come, and they will, here's my advice. Trust your gut. I'll say that again. Trust your gut. Because your gut isn't random. It's built from your experiences, your setbacks, your responsibilities, your resilience. And because you have made it to this stage today, your judgment is already stronger than you think. This is a place that doesn't just teach you what to think, but how to step into the real world and make an impact. Now, let me say something else that matters for this room. Not all of you are starting from the same place. Some of you have networks, some don't. Some of you have financial safety nets, some don't. Some of you have to fight a little harder just to get the same opportunity. That's real. But don't confuse a slower start with a lower ceiling. Where you begin does not determine where you finish. I've had the privilege of meeting people from all walks of life. People who didn't start with advantages, but who built meaningful, impactful lives. One of the most powerful moments in my life was meeting President Nelson Mandela. Here was a man who spent 27 years in prison and came out not bitter, but purposeful, not angry, but focused. He reminded me that the circumstances don't define you. Your response to them does. So how do you build a life that moves forward no matter where you start? Keep it simple. Have a plan. Not a perfect plan, not a 20-page strategy, just something that gives you direction. Each year, set a few goals, 3 to 5. Keep them real, keep them yours. And find people who will help you grow, mentors, advisors, even peers who push you to think bigger. Because none of us does this alone. Now, let me be real honest with you. Life is going to challenge you. There will be setbacks. There will be moments when things don't go your way. There will be days when you question yourself. That's not a sign of failing. That's a sign that you are in the middle of it. And in those moments, 2 things matter. Stay focused and keep going. And because resilience is not about avoiding difficulty, it's moving through it. There's an old saying, you get out of life what you put into it. I truly believe that. But I also believe this, the more you give to others, to your community, to something bigger than yourself, the more meaningful your life becomes. Life will include pain. That's part of the deal. But joy, that's something you have to look for, something you have to choose. And often you find it in unexpected places. I'll give you an example. I was never a country music fan. not even close. But one night, we got invited to a Willie Nelson concert. And let me just say, it was an experience. I can still smell the air. And somehow it turned into one of the best nights of my life. I met people I had never would have met, people who saw the world differently than I did, and we were better for it. That's when I learned something very simple. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you do something unfamiliar. So don't limit your world, expand it. And let me say something that may sound a little dramatic, but I think it matters. The robots are coming. And I just don't mean someday, I mean right now. Artificial intelligence is changing how we work, how we communicate, even how we think. But here's the good news. The only way we're going to stay ahead of it is by doing the things it can't. Be human. Connect with real people in real moments, not just through a screen. Don't wait for the prompt. Take initiative. Do something because you care, not because you were told to do so. And most of all, care. Care about other people. Care about yourself. Care about how you spend your time and who you spend your time with. Because technology can be powerful, but it will never replace the way you show up in other people's lives. And if you want to understand what really matters, look at the people who shaped you. Linda was my rock for over 50 years, the steady presence I could always count on. And for the past 3 years, I've been trying to figure out what familiar looks without her now. I've learned to lean on others, family, friends, even new people who have come into my life at just the right time. And what I've come to understand is this: the life I'm building now looks different than the one I had, but there is still joy in it. And like you, who carry the weight of this journey and pushed through the hard days and stayed committed to reaching this moment, I'm doing that work too. Learning how to step into life that looks different than before, learning how to hold on to what matters while moving forward, and choosing again and again to find joy. And maybe that's what connects us mostly today. We're both standing at the edge of something new, doing the work it takes to move forward, and choosing that joy together. And as you go forward, focus on 4 things that have proven to be my foundation for success. 1, learn to learn, because the world is changing fast, and the people who keep growing are the ones who keep moving forward. Level up every chance you can. 2, learn to communicate. Opportunities don't come to the most talented. They come to the people who express their ideas clearly. 3, learn to listen. Really listen. It's hard to really listen, but it's how you build relationships, and relationships will carry you further than anything else. And finally, take care of yourself. Your mental and physical health are not optional. It's foundational. Without both, your chance for success diminishes. Make time for yourself. Protect your energy. Build a life, not just a resume. If I leave you with one thing, it's this: no matter where you started, no matter how long it took, no matter what challenges you have already faced, you are here. And that means you are capable of more than you think. Remember, have a plan. Trust your gut. Do the right thing. Stay open to growth. And don't forget to find joy. because success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become and how you lift others along the way. Congratulations, class of 2026. Now go build something that matters and find your joy. Thank you.